It's the middle of August, and even though we're still quite a few weeks away from this year's Fortnitemares event, that old constant is still in effect. The leakers never sleep. We're already getting rumors about which collabs are going to show up during this year's event, and one in particular will have you jumping up out of your seat and yelling, "Jinkies!" If that last part didn't clue you in, then let me just spell it out for you in plain old English. Apparently, the rumor is we're getting a Scooby Doo collab for Fortnitemares this year. Now, this is one of the wilder crossovers that we've heard about in quite some time. But if you take the time to look back at some of the ones we've already gotten in Chapter 6, this one's not so much of a stretch. We've seen a lot of Warner Brothers properties showing up in the game this year. Think back to the Mortal Kombat collab, Superman and Robin being in last season's Battle Pass, and remember that really expensive Adventure Time set? Who would have thought that the death of multiverses would have resulted in so many new Fortnite skins? Now, of course, because it is a leak, we don't know how reliable it is, even though the particular leaker who revealed it is pretty trustworthy. But for now, let's just assume it is real. How are they going to handle this kind of a collaboration for their big Halloween event? Now, usually Fortnite likes to use this time of the year to bring in classic horror movie characters like Leatherface and Billy the Puppet from Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Saw. And we might still be getting a little bit of that as well, because the rumor going around before the Scooby Doo leak was that Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th was going to be showing up this year. Now, everybody's grown here. I think we can all admit to ourselves right here, right now, that Scooby Doo ain't scary. It's goofy, it's silly, and it's incredibly unserious. And that's why I think if this Scooby Doo collab is legit, it could possibly be one of the best Fortnitemares events we've ever had. Now, I'm not saying that as a slight on them bringing in horror movie monsters or anything like that, but we all know that Fortnite loves a good meme, and there is so much meme potential with Scooby Doo. Alright, we've established that I'm looking forward to this, but what's it going to look like? How are the cosmetics going to work, and what kind of cosmetics are we going to get? The only thing we know about this collab at the moment is that we're getting a Shaggy skin and he'll have multiple edit styles. That's it. That's the only thing we know. Since that's all we've got at the moment, why don't I throw in my 2 cents on the matter? First off, Shaggy skin is a must. You've got to put in Scooby's best friend. And I'm hoping they'll give us, of course, classic Shaggy with his green shirt and his brown pants. But I would also really like to see Red Shirt Shaggy in there, because those 3 Red Shirt Shaggy movies are actually pretty good. I still rank Zombie Island as the best Scooby-Doo movie, so don't come after me on that. But don't sleep on the Red Shirt Shaggy movies either, that's all I'm saying. And you remember how I said Fortnite loves a good meme? They have to give us some version of Ultra Instinct Shaggy. I mean, we've seen the animation clip of him trying to fight Scorpion in the intro of one of the WB movies, and Ultra Instinct Goku is already in the game too, so it has to happen. And I don't really see any reason why they wouldn't be able to do skins for Freddy, Velma, and Daphne too. I mean, if you're going to put in one of those meddling kids, you may as well put them all in. Now, what about Scooby? What could we do with the big dog himself? Well, there is that upcoming Companions feature, which is supposed to be rolling out sometime this season. We still haven't seen anything officially about that yet, but leakers say it's coming, so they could maybe make Scooby one of the first companions. Playing as Shaggy and running around with Scooby following you and you can pet him whenever you want would be kind of fun. But I'm actually thinking that they could do a full Scooby skin, because we've seen Scooby walk on his hind legs before, and he's danced and fought and all kinds of other stuff, so I say just go ahead and make a Scooby skin. I don't really know what kind of edit styles you could give to him, but he has worn a lot of costumes over the years too, so you could maybe pick from some of his most iconic disguises and put them in if you want, but honestly, I think just plain old Scooby works just fine. Now, emotes are a must. For a collab to really pull it all together, you've got to give them a good emote. Now, I'm actually kind of having trouble coming up with some good emote ideas from this series, because there was so much limited animation that there's not really all that much you can pull from. Giving each of the Scooby skins, though, their own old walk cycles as a built-in emote, or their running animations that they reused all the time, could be a lot of fun, though. I can see them maybe trying to come up with some kind of emote using the Scooby snacks, but I would bet that snack box is probably going to just end up as a back bling for somebody. What about the possibility of one of those little vehicle emotes where you're riding on top of a small version of the mystery machine and maybe it's playing old chase music from the show while the character who's using the emote looks terrified out of their mind? On the other hand, I can see them wanting to use the mystery machine as a vehicle wrap to sell, sort of like they did with the van for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I could actually see the mystery machine being one of the most popular vehicle wraps in the entire game if they decide to bring it in. And that's about all I got for now. Can't really come up with any good pickaxe ideas or glider ideas because for the most part the entire show was just following these kids around in these weird creepy places and it was just them. They never really used any items in the show that weren't just collecting clues and stuff like that. If you're gonna go and try to come up with some pickaxes for them, then maybe have them be inspired by some of the various villains they've unmasked over the years. Of course, we also don't know that maybe there's a chance that some of those old Scooby Doo villains could show up too, so at this point, it's anyone's guess. But what do you guys think? How do you feel about a potential Scooby Doo collab coming for this year's Fortnitemares? Does the idea of using something so cartoony for the Halloween event seem fun to you, or would you rather they stick with the horror movie characters? Thanks for watching this video, I really appreciate it. If you want to support my channel, then be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Now, I'm just gonna hope that if we do get a companion for the Scooby collab, it'll be Scooby himself and not Scrappy.